Thank you, Guillaume. I think it's a really interesting presentation. It's really important as well for startups. A lot of people think that kind of social media and the product is kind of separated in a way, but I think it's really important to keep them close.
Yeah,
as well. So.
And yeah, your community is ready at the center of your product, and
yeah, that's really interesting. Does anyone have any questions for Guillaume? Olivier.
Hello. You said that when you send your survey, you had 500 answers.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of answers. Did you do specific things to when you send your survey? Do you have best practice to recommend, or?
Yeah, when we have work, I think 2 entire day on the survey. Keep it very, very simple. I think begin by I don't know, closed question and finish by open questions, where people can say what you ask them, what is your problem in the daily life, and they can say we have discovered amazing thing like that. But it was the last question. At the beginning, it was how many, for example, how many friends do you share your photos, and you give them no more than 3 choices. This is, in that way, we had a lot of answers, and you have to keep it very short. Someone must answer the survey in less than a minute. I think it's very important.
Okay, thank you.
We have a Twitter question, I think, or either that or James has a question. Oh, okay, you have.
You said that you send 2 different communications, one in French and one in English. Other than the obvious language change, is there anything that changes within the content? Is there different ways that the French react in terms of what you send?
Not really, no. No, there are no. It's the same, yeah, exactly the same. It's just translation in French of the communication we do in English, in fact.
I did see. Oh, there's one question over here. I'll get to the person over there with the question in a second.
Hi there. It's just one question about managing expectations by demographic type. So you've got age, gender, so on and so forth. You mentioned that you use metrics on your site.
Yeah.
So if you're making specific changes, do you revert those changes if you see a drop in respondents from a popular demographic that might be interacting with Pictoring? How do you manage the expectations by different demographics?
We don't, in fact. You mean just different demographic? Or?
I guess the demands on Pictoring placed by 18 to 25-year-old males versus 60 to 65-year-old females. They might obviously want different things from the service.
We don't separate a community in different demographic, in fact.
So your community is everybody that interacts with Pictoring?
Yeah, in fact, we have 2 different kind of people on Pictoring, and it's based on how they use Pictoring. And because what we do is we enable you to have a global access to all your photos. So people who are looking for them photo are people who have photos. So there are people from 30 to 40 who have souvenir, who have really think photo as souvenir, and they have photo because they have time to take photos and they have great DSLR camera and things like that. But on the other side, we have a feature about very social features where you can access your friends' photos on different networks, for example, Facebook. And we see that people are between 20 and 30 that don't have a lot of photo, and they want to access their friends' photo, and yeah. We have the 2 separated community based on how they use Pictoring, in fact.
There was someone else with a question. I did see someone there.
Yes, when you analyze the results of your survey, I guess you had to make some arbitrage on which functionalities to implement and which not. So, is it the case, and how did you do it?
In fact, it was quite simple because we had 3 main answers. One was very focused on photo organization. It was more than half of the answers, so it was obvious for us we have to focus on that. We had download consideration because people want to have a safe copy of their photo at home, so we have addressed this problem too. But in the communication and in how we present the website, we have focused on the main problem people have. And yeah.
Okay, some good questions. We do have some time, so if there's anyone else with a question, I'm sure I saw someone over here with a question. No? Okay. Right, so we're going to move on to the next talk. I'll just thank Guillaume again, so round of applause.
Thank you.